You know, um, after several years and reaching the stage in my journey, my retirement expat journey here in Vietnam, eventually reached the point where, as you know, we purchased the land and then we built the house. And now it's been, let me do the math here. It's been 8 months that we've been settled in here and we put in our work. A lot of the credit goes to my wife, quite honestly. I'm like a little bit of like the horse that pulls the cart. If there's like some seriously hard labor that needed to be done, then I was the one with the shovel doing the dirty work. But she's done a lot of heavy lifting and setting up and arranging the garden and the landscaping. So 95% of the credit goes to her. She's done a fabulous job with the place and with the landscaping. And together we've done a fabulous job. So I'm going to take you around. So we put this bamboo in along the side here. You know, I don't know if you recall, we never had a fence or anything. This was all open, so we got the fence in now. And we planted some little wild plants that came up here on their own. That big elephant ear plant there, that just popped up on its own. We planted all this bamboo, and it's really starting to come in nicely. And bamboo grows like crazy. Like you can see these new shoots here. New bamboo popping up all over the place. I counted 16 new shoots that are coming up or have come up. And it's really a nice touch to the side of the house here. We put this little pot down here because that little pipe that comes out actually runs from the interior of the side of the house here and comes down here for the air conditioner water. You know, when you run the air conditioner, you always get that drip. And so that is made to run out to the side of the house here. We put the little pot here because it's a cooler water that comes out, and the birds will come and bathe in it and drink out of it. So it's like a little bird bath on the side of the house. There's one now that just showed up. A little wren. We've got, we'll get to that. We'll now get to it now. We have wrens that are living under the eaves of the roof. A couple dozen of them. It's a 5-star hotel for them. They just love it here. We get a variety of birds that are out here living and breeding and doing all kind of stuff. A lot of activity in terms of salamanders and slinks and geckos and butterflies and dragonflies and so many different species of butterfly and dragonfly and flying insects and stuff. It's just it's like an animal nature preserve out here, which is very enjoyable. As you know, we're adjacent to the rice, so it's always very peaceful and very quiet here. Let's move on through. Yeah, you can see more little bamboo shoots popping up. So this is all going to get very, very thick. And it's doing well. And then this plant is almost as tall as I am. I love these big leaves. And I trimmed it back. It was growing out this way towards the blocking the path. So I trimmed it back, and without realizing it, what do you know? Some things happen and you're, just by chance. Now they grow straight up. Really nice, love that plant. And then as you know, in the vestibule here, in the mini courtyard, this is new, we have this big potted tree. Nice leaves on that. These are all hydrangeas. Then we have more of the big leafed plants set in the back here. And then there's our air conditioner unit for the main room that I told you goes out to the side here in terms of the moisture that leaks off of it when it's running. Up on the little planter up here, my wife's got little purple flowery plants that are going to eventually grow and drape down the side here. Really cool. Got some plants back here. This little one is a flowering plant, and then this is like a tree that's doing well. And here goes our side door. Wife peeking out. Some more of these little wild leafy plants here. I cut these back because I don't necessarily, I'm not really fond of them, but let them grow, trim them back, let them grow, trim them back. This is our jackfruit tree, and when we first got it, it was about 4 feet tall. And it's just really doing just fantastic. It's definitely in the 12 to 15 foot range in height right now. And the little garden sections that were put back here. Let's get another look at this tree in the corner. Love it. It's a great spot for it. Some other little leafy big plants. Names, I can't give you names, but everything, only 8 months, so everything's still filling in. My wife's growing all kind of vegetables, cucumbers. This is another jackfruit tree. And for the longest time, it was like 2 feet tall. And I was like, is this thing gonna do anything? Because this one's doing so well. And what's this one's problem? Well, in the last few months, it's gotten its legs, and now it's taller than I am. It's zooming in on 7 feet soon. Cucumbers growing all around through the fence here. Lettuce, a few tomatoes, onions. Look at these pepper plants here. So many peppers, and my wife dries them and then grinds them into a chili powder. Some kale, a bunch of other starter plants. Some of these plants are medicine plants. Like, for example, this stuff here, these leaves, you boil them and then you drink it, and it's good for the blood. And sore throat, good for the blood, good for the brain, all kind of different things in some of these various plants that are growing here. Some of them wild, some of them even amongst the grass here that my wife showed me the other day that get pulled out, and she pulled some things out, just to clear like some of the broader leafy plants that invade upon the grass. And she was like, this one's good for your blood, this one's good for if you have a sore throat, things like that. It's like, this is just too awesome. Little tree here, some banana plants that are getting going here, and this guy here, this big one, super giant, and it just went super crazy. It's freaking huge and thick. And we'll have bananas in a few months. So some melons growing here, aloe vera, some house plants, junk pile, garden junk pile. The reason you see this rubble here is because we're going to build an outdoor brick outdoor shed with like a sloping tin roof and a door and a window. It'll be about 8 feet wide by 8 feet deep by 8 feet high. And that is going to be built as a garden storage shed. We'll stick all of this stuff, all our garden tools and everything inside of it. Her father is an old master builder. He knows how to do it all. And so he's going to build it out for us. We've got very, very hot temperatures now. We're into the mid 90s for looks like for all of last week, all of this week, all of the week next week. So we're holding off on that just for now. When Pops decides to do it, I told Emily, I said, I'll dig the area out for him to lay the brick and start the build. And she was like, no, Father said he would do it all. I'll just get in the way. So fine, when Pops decides to come out here and handle that business, he'll go ahead and do that. Bunch of tomato plants here, cherry and grape tomatoes. We let the grass grow into these sections that you can see just for landscaping, you know. We wanted grass, so we got grass. All kind of different little trees are being started, a mix of little trees that'll eventually grow into nice little trees someday in the future. And just some little wild plants here. You just, in Vietnam and just anywhere in the world, you know, when you've got a giant garden, you just let shit sit and grow and just enjoy it. Some beans growing here against the wall. They're doing very well. Look how healthy and green these things are. I mean, this is just healthy stuff right here. Just a little bit of netting in the back and a couple bamboo poles and let it go to town. We'll put this tree in here, this fatty, a couple months ago. It's doing very well. More trees, more different kind of bean here. You can see how the netting and bamboo and everything is set up. Doing very well. Everything does well in Vietnam because it's a jungle out here. So everything grows great. Raspberries. Delicious raspberries here. Little fruit trees. Everything from lemons to oranges to kumquat to apple. Just need time now. Time to establish themselves and grow. And some of these are flowering and some of these are just leafy trees. This place will be filled with trees one day. These grew out of nowhere on their own. This particular plant just started growing out of the ground like a little baby. And it was like, I kind of like it. So look at it now. And then this little landscaped portion, which I did in the couple months after we moved in. So everything's getting established here. Some flowers, just some colorful leafy plants. This one grows some big, beautiful red flowers. Another big elephant ear plant here. This is a spider plant that just grows like crazy. Some trees tucked in back here as well. More little flowering plants. We'll put a bush back here. This is some kind of fruit tree. Same thing here. bunch of banana plants here, little trees and stuff, just continually adding to the landscaping. These buckets here are rainwater collectors from our porch overhang here. 5-gallon buckets, recycled from the build. We use them to store rainwater. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 gallons of rainwater right there. And it'll all be used up within the next month, I would think, because we're into the hot season now. There's not going to be a lot of rain. That little bucket stuffed with the weeding from this morning. Then we picked up this pine straw, as you know. You can see little pine cones. We picked up this pine straw. We picked up, 50-kilo rice bags of it, probably little over a dozen, stuffed with pine needles, from an area that's about a 30-minute motorbike ride from here, where they have a pine forest, a protected pine forest, and like protected ecological area. But it's like, yeah, go get your pine straw, go get your pine needles. It makes a great landscape and weed block barrier. Some grasses, wild grasses we planted. This is a flowering plant that has just a perfume smell to it, which is incredible. Kumquat tree here.